All right, Doug, fair enough. So let's do it. Look, it's time for a change, and it's broken. Everything is flat out broken, and it doesn't look like it can be fixed. 0-4, and there's just ain't no coming back from that. Not for a team that had playoff expectations, a team that Shad Khan said was the best in franchise history, a team that just paid the franchise quarterback who's averaging less than 200 yards passing per game, a team that paid a franchise pass rusher who has 1 sack in 4 games. It's all wrong. There's enough blame to go around, but one thing Doug is right about is that all fingers should be pointed at that guy, Doug Peterson. This is a systematic problem. Now, there's no question that Trevor needs to play better, but who on the team doesn't need to play better right now? I'll wait. If you got an answer, please let me know. Because when there are problems at every layer of the team, there's only one finger that really needs to be pointed, and it's at the head coach. This is year 3 of the Doug Peterson era, and it should ultimately be the final year of it. The problems start and they end with that guy, Doug Peterson. Look, the defense is bad, but he gutted the defensive coaching staff last year and used those guys as scapegoats for the late season collapse. So you can't point the finger there for the second year in a row, right? After there were reports that one of the fired coaches said the problems were still in the building, whoever that guy was that said it, he knew what he was talking about. He's somewhere laughing, reading his paper, and sipping some tea, watching those problems show up every Sunday on the football field for the Jaguars. Now, one of the biggest problems is the Jaguars' offense is just flat out not functional. Doug was hired because he's an offensive guru. 3 years in, with the same core of guys, and the offense just looks lost. We've questioned the players, but at some point, the problem is you. It's the coaches. It's like if a teacher has a classroom full of students, and they all keep failing the test. At some point, the students aren't the problem. It's the teacher that doesn't know how to reach them. And right now, Doug Peterson and the coaches, you are the problem. That's your letter for the day. So a quote from the late Denny Green. They are who we thought they were. And you know what? They let him off the hook because Doug Peterson is exactly the coach that we thought he was. In Philly, he won a Super Bowl and somehow got shown the door because he was over loyal to his offensive coaches who were struggling. His young quarterback regressed, and he just didn't have the answers to fix the problems. Does this sound familiar? Because it's basically Groundhog Day, because it's happening again here, because he is exactly the coach that we thought he was. Think about this. Doug Peterson brought Philadelphia their first Super Bowl. The man has a statue outside the stadium, and they still said, "There's the door, Doug. Don't worry about it." How hard would it be to get fired when you have your statue out front of the building? I want you to think about this, Jaguars fans. If a coach brought a Super Bowl here to Jacksonville, they'd be basically royalty. That should tell you just how quickly that honeymoon ended in Philadelphia. Those same problems probably are going to end the honeymoon here in Jacksonville, and probably very quickly. It's just flat out time to start loading up that fresh start because, whew, this is bad. And just so I'm clear, right now, that fresh start should not include that guy, the old ball coach, Bill Belichick. I've heard the whispers of the old ball coach, but it'd be making the same mistake that Shad made with Doug again. It's time for a fresh start, and I mean a really fresh start. Maybe a young, offensive-minded head coach that you've seen not too long ago on Monday Night Football. It's just flat out time, folks. It is flat out time.